Okay, it's 9 o'clock. I would like to call this meeting to order. The proceedings of this meeting will be recorded and made available on the internet. We can move on to item 1.2 of our agenda, which is roll call. And I would ask our clerk, Jesse Clark, to please conduct the roll.
Thank you. Mayor Lamstead, are you present?
I am present.
Deputy Mayor Armstrong?
Present.
Councillor Braybrook?
Present.
Councillor Cadigan?
Present.
Councillor Franzen?
Present.
For staff, we have Donna Taggart, CAO Treasurer.
Present.
Steve Brockbank, Director of Emergency Services.
Present.
Evan Grieger, Director of Public Works.
Present.
Barb Waldron, Director of Building and Planning, CBO.
Present.
Adele Arbor, Planner.
Present.
And Jesse Clark, Director of Corporate Services, Clerk is present.
Okay, thank you very much. We can move on to item 1.3 of our agenda, which is land acknowledgement and moment of reflection. We respectfully acknowledge that Trent Lakes and Peterborough County are located on the Treaty 20 Mississauga territory and in the traditional territory of the Mississauga and Chippewa nations, collectively known as the Williams Treaty First Nation, which include Alderville, Beausoleil, Curve Lake, Georgina Island, Hiawatha, Rama, and Scugog Island First Nations. Trent Lakes respectively acknowledges that the Williams Treaty First Nations are the stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters in perpetuity, and that they continue to maintain this responsibility to ensure their health and integrity for generations to come. We will now take a moment to reflect on these principles and our duties and responsibilities as members of council. Okay, thank you. We will move on to item 2 of our agenda, which is the disclosure of pecuniary interest. If any member of council has a pecuniary interest, please state it now or anytime during the meeting prior to discussing anything on the item you have an interest in. I'm seeing no hands. We can move on to item number 3, which is the approval of the agenda. See Deputy Mayor Armstrong for a mover, and I'm looking for a second. The Councillor Cadigan for a seconder. All in favor? That motion has carried. Now, we can move on to item number 4 of our agenda, which is the closed session. I would entertain a motion to suspend our regular council meeting and go into a closed council. The Councillor Franzen for a mover, Councillor Braybrook for a seconder. I will call for the vote. All in favor? That motion has carried. Now we are going into closed, item 4.1, we are going into closed on the Ontario Municipal Act on section 239(2 to discuss. Item F is advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose, zoning compliance and duty. Okay, we are going into closed. Okay, thank you very much. I would entertain an option to rise from closed and open our regular council meeting.
Also move.
I'm seeing Councillor Cadigan for a mover and a seconder. And Councillor Braybrook for a seconder. We'll call for the vote. All in favor? Okay, we are back in our regular council meeting. We can go to item number 5 of our agenda, which is business arising from our closed session, which we have none. We can move to item 6, which is our adoption of a confirming bylaw. Would someone like to make a motion for that? See Deputy Mayor Armstrong for a mover, Councillor Franzen for a seconder. I will call for the vote. All in favor? That motion has carried. We can move on to item 7 of our agenda, which is our adjournment. Would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn? No? Councillor Braybrook for a mover, Councillor Franzen for a seconder. I will call for the vote. All in favor? That motion has carried. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.